In today's episode of 8 in 8, we get to engage with a language enthusiast who shares her journey of learning new languages. We get insight about when this passion began and her opinion about whether learning a new language as an adult is really as hard as linguistic research says it to be. So get comfortable and join us in this conversation of pursuing multilingualism. Hi everyone, and welcome to the first episode of 8 in 8. I am Q, your host for today, and I would like to welcome our very first guest, Sonia. Hi Sonia.
Hi, thank you so much for having me.
It's a pleasure. How are you feeling?
A little bit, stressed, but I'm okay.
This is your first time on a talk show?
Yes, it is. Can you tell?
Okay, so what Sonia is going to be doing is she is going to answer 8 questions in 8 minutes. So your time is going to start when I finish reading the first question. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Number 1. How many languages do you speak?
4 solid, 7 undecided.
When and why did you choose to start learning new languages?
Interesting story. When I was in first year, I wanted to do Japanese, but they didn't offer Japanese at the university I'm at. So I decided to take Chinese because I know that kanji is kind of similar to the Chinese characters. So yeah, that's how I officially started learning languages. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any specific language group that you're focusing on?
Yes, I'm particularly focusing on Asian languages at the moment because Romance languages just don't love me.
So according to research, learning a new language as an adult is more difficult than learning as a child. What techniques have you established in your journey of learning?
I'm going to disclaim that, from the get-go, because I don't think it's more difficult as an adult. I actually think it's easier. It's just that adults have a fear mindset, so they don't want to, be embarrassed in public or stuff like that. But the things that a child speaks at 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, I can already speak. So from what I've been learning. So I don't think it's actually a thing. As far as learning techniques go, I'm a grammar junkie. I really love grammar. So I'm part of those people who stick to the books. And to get like casual speaking and stuff, I watch a lot of shows. I just do things that I love. So I'll watch music shows, and of course they'll use language there, and then I'll stick to the grammar when I see something is like a little bit tricky. So I'm like, I stick to the books, but I get the casual stuff from like TV shows, and that's how I go.
What do you think people should keep in mind when learning a new language?
Don't be afraid to be embarrassed. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Before I started learning Chinese, I was very harsh on people who didn't speak English properly because I'm very obsessed with grammar. So I'd correct people all the time. But as I got to learn more and more, I'm like, people are breaking out of themselves to learn something that's not part of them. And, they're being bold enough to actually do it in public and present themselves. So just don't be afraid to make mistakes, and because those mistakes will just help you grow.
Do you have a language tutor, or are you teaching yourself?
Well, currently, I do not have a language tutor. I had one for 3 years for Chinese, and up until this year, now I am self-learning a lot of things. I'm self-learning at the moment.
Okay. Where else in your life do you feel your multilingualism would be useful?
I think everywhere, because I believe in any space, you need a specific language to understand that specific group of people. And the language actually goes beyond just the words, the grammar, the vocabulary. It's also part of the culture. So as I learn the language, I understand parts of people's culture. So if I am ever in a space with any of those groups of people, I'll be able to understand certain nuances because of the language that I speak, that, should I say, personal connection that I develop. Yeah.
If you had to speak only one language for the rest of your life, which one would it be?
No thinking. Chinese, definitely, in a heartbeat. It's my favorite language at the moment. Sorry, English. It was yeah. It's my favorite language at the moment. I love writing the characters. I love listening to them speak, and yeah, it's just I love the culture. When I was studying a course on understanding China, it just made me realize how much more I love it. Yeah, so hands down Chinese.
Wonderful. That's it. Well done. And that's it for today's show. Sonia, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you guys for tuning in. One more thing. How do I say subscribe in Chinese?
别忘了订阅。
别忘了订阅。
订阅。
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to say it together. 3, 2, 1. 别忘了订阅. Bye guys, thank you. Please tune in to our next episode coming up next week. Bye.